That was beautiful. Wait, get what?
You know.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah!
Thank you.
So there, that's out of the way for you. Another thing I know some of you might be wondering, I'm going to go ahead and get this one out of the way. Can we see your abs?
No homo!
I didn't think so. I tried for you, ladies. I'm sorry. I tried.
Well, what's happening here?
How did that happen? This movie is about a few different things. We've got honor, friendship, loyalty. There's revenge, remorse, and racing. There's also trucks, helicopters, and muscle cars. It all adds up to a pretty intense couple of hours in the theater. Scott, you are somebody who comes from a background of a lot of stunts. You were a stuntman. Your dad was the original Spider-Man. How about that? And you really put a personal touch to this because being a stuntman and also making sure you wanted to get the right angles and making sure you're getting the shots, because this wasn't a bunch of green screen business, was it?
All right, first of all, fuck all that. How about Pete Carroll, right? Come on, dude. Yes, I was rooting for the damn Seahawks. Pete Carroll, the man. So jacked about that. Broncos, how are they doing, buddy?
I can't even talk about it.
We are so jacked here. Yeah, I gotta get that off my chest because I'm so excited. I'm so happy for you guys. You have no idea. Because we don't have a football team at all in LA. It sucks. Yeah, I was lucky. I grew up in a stunt family and did stunts for like almost 25 years, retired in '05, and I just wanted to pay homage to the coolest movies that I grew up on. My father did stunts on, like Bullet, French Connection, Vanishing Point, Smokey and the Bandit. Hopefully you guys caught some of the little homages I put in there. Right? American Graffiti. Right? Grand Prix. I got a bunch of shit in there. You might watch it a couple times, you might see it. But yeah, I'm done. What else do you want? Camera angles. Did you guys feel like it kind of reflected the game?
Yes!
I mean, the game's super cool, right? I just wanted to one of the coolest things about the game is you get a chance to actually drive the cars, and I really wanted the audience to feel what it was like to be Toby Marshall and get behind the wheel at 230 miles an hour and haul freaking ass, right? And it was fun, and hopefully we did that. So I really wanted to just be respectful to the game and really put you there, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the ride.
I've got a couple more questions, and I want to let you know that we've got
You guys
a couple
gotta
people
come with
mics.
us on the whole tour, man. This is
I'm ready!
Who's paying for the bus? But we do have a couple of folks with microphones on the sides, and if you have a question, walk down and see them, or raise your hand and come down and find them, and they'll get you lined up in the queue for that, and then we'll get to those in a couple minutes. Aaron, you were originally being considered for a different role in this, weren't you?
Apparently so, yeah. I did not know that until doing this little screening tour. Do you want to take that?
Hey, you want to go ahead and confess that, Scott?
Yeah. They wanted. They're thinking about me playing Dino.
Yeah, right? Thank you. Hold on.
Thank you.
Let's define they.
Well, what I mean by they is not him, but they. Good.
I was the alien on the planet, and I had never watched Breaking Bad when we were talking about him.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm the asshole. Got it. Great. But there were some other people we were considering for Toby, and they said, let's figure out who we're going to surround him with. Dominic Cooper, who did play Dino, was one of them. Aaron Paul's name came up, and I was like, I don't know who's Aaron Paul. So they showed me some tape on him, and I was like, this kid's fantastic. Like, the obvious choice for me would be Dino, but the cooler choice is freaking Toby. Wouldn't that be awesome? Right? Wouldn't that be awesome? And the casting directors at the time said, no, the studio would never go for that. I don't think Spielberg would be into that. And I was like, really, I just think it's a much better, interesting choice and defines the movie we're making. And they talked me off the cliff. I was really pissed off, and I was like, okay, whatever. They put the whole thing up in front of Spielberg. He looked at all the tapes, saw Aaron Paul to play Dino, saw the footage and said, man, this kid's incredible. Why aren't we considering him for Toby Marshall? And I was like, that's why that man has made $4 billion. He's a smart man, and we casted Toby with Aaron 24 hours later.
I love you.
Aaron, as we were talking about, this wasn't a bunch of green screen stuff. You were in the cars, and there was some really cool stuff on YouTube. If you guys go search Need for Speed, you can see some behind-the-scenes stuff. But you had to go to driving school.
Yeah, I mean that's really what kind of drove me to do this project. I mean, I read the script. I instantly kind of I was invested with these characters. I mean, you guys watched the film, so I mean it was a fun ride. It was a crazy ride, and when I talked to Scotty about his vision for this project, his whole thing was. We want to do a throwback. We want to do an homage to the classic car culture films that really started this genre, such as Bullet and Vanishing Points, and Steve McQueen. Growing up, I was such an idol of mine. He's just such a badass. And so when he kept bringing up his name, it got me really excited. But he said, "Listen, Steve, we really want you to be driving. We don't want to lie to the audience. We're not going to do any CG. All of these stunts are going to be practical, and we need you to do a lot of it." And I was like, okay, that sounds fantastic, but we need you to learn how to drive. And so, got on the course. I mean, close track from sunrise to sunset as often as I could, and just learn how to really maneuver these crazy vehicles.
And your driving instructor said that there are some guys who come through there that they just don't have it. He said Aaron is born with it. Did you know that?
Well, that's very nice.
Did you pay him to say that?
No, I did pay him to say that. No, it was great. I mean, it was just a dream come true.
Yeah, it was great, man. The driving instructor, I came up the first day and I was nervous because you just don't know if somebody that's a great actor like Aaron can physically do what I really wanted to do. And he had been driving for about 4 hours on the first day, and I asked him, my real friend, I said, hey, how's he doing? Is he gonna be okay? And he's like, well, if this acting shit doesn't work out, he'll be a great stuntman. And I was like, wow, because Aaron really truly had the gift behind the wheel.
Well, we had serious conversations about, like, during the shooting, I was just having so much fun doing these driving sequences, and I was like, really made me question my career a little bit. I mean, I just had such a blast, so I'm glad you guys liked it.
I want to talk about some of the other cast members. We have Kid Cudi in there, who's hilarious.
How great!
Yeah. And of course, he's coming to the Northwest. He's going to be at the Sasquatch Music Festival. Yeah. Maybe he'll come back up for that. But talk about working with him, and then also Imogen Poots. You play Julia in there.
Yeah, everybody. From day one, we just hit it off. I'm sure you can kind of tell on screen. Definitely the Marshall Motor Boys. We just became the best of friends. And Imogen and I we were shooting a film in London together when Scott approached me with this project. And we were having an incredible time out there. And then when we were talking about the possible female lead choices, he just kept saying Imogen Poots, kept making it to the top of the list. And I was just, I was really championing for her to get the project. And yeah, it was great.
All right, we got a couple questions from the audience, I know. We'll start off, the first one out there. Go ahead, stand up, let's hear it.
Hi, Aaron, Toby, Jesse, we all love you.
Oh, I love you.
So my question is, how many cars did you actually wreck?
How many cars did I personally wreck?
In the movie, for real.
I personally didn't wreck any cars. But there, you know, you guys, the Gran Torino, Toby's car, at the beginning, that Scotty and I have been fighting over that car for about 2 years now. There's 2 identical Gran Torinos. They restored them, they got them, and they made them just full-on race cars. But there was one of those cars got destroyed during one of the racing sequences. No injuries, but there was one remaining, and we're still to this day fighting over it.
We wrecked 5 of the 7 Mustangs, 13 supercars, and about 50 ND cars. And it was a freaking bitchin' time.
I know we got a couple car enthusiasts over here. My buddies from Park Place Limited, they got some sweet rides.
So how fast did you take those cars?
My man here, we got him up to about 125 miles an hour through traffic. And when we wanted to go faster than that, all kidding aside, we do take things extremely safe. And I do pride myself on having a flawless safety record. I do not like to put anyone's life in jeopardy. So when we started breaking speeds of, above that, up to 200 and 230, it was all the professional drivers.
Not too shabby.
So that's the speeds we were going, yes, it was, but it's not like you're going 230 the whole time. It's only in the parts of the stretches you can get to those speeds.
I will tell you, the first time I screened this film, after I watched it in the theater, I drove like a bat out of hell on the way home. I was still going the speed limit, but I felt like I was going really fast. And I was swapping texts with some of the other journalists, and we all had the same feeling. So brace yourself for that. You are gonna just master that turn at 35 going home today. You're just gonna live large. All right, up in the top, the white coat up there.
Yeah, so you didn't say you didn't wreck a couple cars. I was running the Veyron, and the Lamborghini got wrecked. Or what's the story behind that?
So, like, I feel like I'm a pretty big car enthusiast. I've always loved cars, and I would never in my mind wreck a real Bugatti, because it's, like, stupid. Or a Lamborghini Elemento when there's only 3 in the world. I'm not just going to smoke all of them for the movie. No, when we came to wrecking the cars, we built kit cars that had real roll cages and can handle the wrecks that we were going to do, so we never... It's kind of like one of those really cool, like, no animals were harmed in this movie. Well, there's no supercars that were really harmed.
What else we have? Ooh, oh, there we go, right there in the center.
What's happening?
What's up?
I'm just curious, did you take any of those things you picked up from the driving school off the set?
To be honest, no, not really. But I did learn while shooting this film that there's racetracks that we all can go and race on. You know, you can take your cars to a closed course and just have a blast. And so I definitely have done that, and I highly recommend it.
So you're not recommending doing this on the streets?
Oh, come on now. No, of course not. No.
I just wanted to get the legal disclaimer.
Yeah.
All right, up in the top again. Red hat.
Yeah, what's up? I was going to ask for the director, what's your next project?
First of all, how great of a job did this guy do? What is your next project, and will you please hire me in it?
Don't listen to his bullshit, because I'm trying to get him to be with me in my next movie.
I always want to work with you.
Yeah,
You know this?
I'm gonna do a heist movie next. I kind of feel like there needs to be a badass heist movie. We haven't had like a real one in a while, not some campy shit. So that's my next one. That's fine. What's that?
What car you drive?
Right now, a '65 Shelby, and he's got a badass car as well.
Is that the GT500?
Me? No.
No, I drive a '70 Chevelle. Trying to let it go. Same thing. It's all messed up from the ground up and has no fucking air conditioning. It's hot as shit now. Nor does mine. Right. Funny story. You want to hear a funny story? This is a true story. I'm driving to meet Spielberg for the first time, and I'm in my cool ass 70 Chevelle. I'm on the 405. It's so fucking hot that I'm sweating head to toe in my shirt, and I'm embarrassed that I'm gonna go meet Spielberg with a sweat ring around my back. So I take my shirt off, and I'm driving down the 405 holding my shirt out. And I'm pulling up onto the Universal lot like I'm a guy working at Chippendales. And I'm trying to put my shirt back on so it's finally dry. And I pull into to the Amblin Spielberg lot, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the time to invest in modern technology. Yeah, so air conditioning for all of you is really a wonderful treat. You should try and have antifreeze and Freon. It's awesome.
All right, we got some young questions over here. Yes, young lady.
How does it feel of turning over the cars?
Ooh,
Great question.
little car roll, huh?
You know, it's really violent. If you think it's fun, it's it's not really much fun. No, seriously, it's I've done several in my life, and we really think they're going to be a lot of fun, but they're really hard on your neck. Your neck bounces around a lot, and one of the reasons I retired was my forehead has touched my stomach and the back of my back too many times, and it doesn't feel good after about 35 years old. So I wouldn't do it anymore. But they're really a wild roller coaster ride.
So always wear your seatbelt, and always drive with a helmet and a 5-point restraint, right? Yeah. All right, what else do we have? Questions right there in the center, in the back. Yeah, the man with the microphone.
Is there any chance we'll see you at in Corona, California, at the start of the Mustangs Across America? A few of us in here are going to do that.
Great.
Sounds like an invitation to me.
That's Celine's.
I would love to go. Yeah. Why not? When is that?
That's we start off the 16th or the April. 7 days across the United States, Charlotte, and we get there the 15th.
I'm down.
I'll bring the Funyuns.
Well, I believe most of the cars were built at Celine's shop, weren't they?
The race cars were, yeah. We had Steve build our kit cars. We used all the Selena 7 chassis. And how fucking cool is that Mustang, right? Like, right? Like, it was really funny because we were building almost, but not totally, right? We built, when we did this movie, we were like, what's the lead car gonna be? And I'm a big, proud American, and I was like, nothing cooler than the Ford Mustang. I mean, come on, Steve McQueen drove the damn thing, right? You're not gonna get any better. And so we were like, Aaron Paul deserves to be in a Mustang. That's right.
It was sweet. I want to talk about, obviously, the video game Need for Speed. Came out a long time ago, like 94, I think. And so, I mean, kids and a lot of grown-ups have played that for years. Taking something that was a video game and making it a movie, how do you do that, and what were your challenges?
It was great because the video game is so bitchin' and it doesn't have a story. Which is free for a director because you're like, okay, let's take this really cool format and ingest our own, hopefully really great human story into this really visceral world. And I think sometimes when you make video games into movies that already have an inherent story built in it, sometimes those stories actually don't translate to movies. They work great for video games. So with Need for Speed, it was actually, I feel like the perfect video game to make a movie out of.
Very cool. All right, we got another question here.
So my question was, out of all the cars you got to drive, which one was your favorite to drive? And also, if you got to drive any of the cars that were in the movie off screen?
Oh, well, I love driving all of them. They were just so fun in their own way. But honestly, that Gran Torino, man, I just love the old classic muscle. I don't know, I just gravitated towards it. And I never drove the Pete's Camaro, but God, that thing was beautiful too. But yeah, Gran Torino was my favorite. Do you have a favorite, Scotty?
After you give me the Gran Torino, you know, they're all freaking fantastic. You know what's pretty crazy about the supercars? I'm like, he knows, my favorite definitely is Gran Torino, but when I got a chance to, we were at the end of one shoot day, and we had one of the real Koenigseggs with us, and the owner was there, and he said, had I had a chance to drive it yet? And I was like, no man, I really would like to, is it cool? And he was like, absolutely. So I had the cops totally locked down our whole run, and I ran out of frickin' real estate. I could only get to about 160, and what was crazy was, I was going 160, but the car's built so well that I really truly felt like I was going about 100. And I was like, I'm fully understanding why these cars are super dangerous.